still alive. Happy anniversary. And death to all Ewoks. These are just 3 of the t-shirts I'm having printed. Hi guys.
Hello, Ian. Welcome back. I was never ever will get excited hearing you do that voice. Ever. Thank you for coming back to Belgium. How are you?
Great pleasure to be back. Very well, thank you.
Yeah?
Much better than he was when you last saw him. Although you never know.
Never know now, do you? That's the thing. Now they've opened that clone track.
Yes. Absolutely, yes. But you can't keep a bad guy down, really, so you might be cropping up. But the thing about Ewoks, I never really got over that. I mean, the Emperor never really got over it, and neither did I. That's why I'm always unkind to them. And if they did meet an unfortunate end, privately, because we never see it on screen, because it would be much too bloody, that would be a teddy bear's picnic I would be really keen to attend.
Again, I think in a real world scenario, I'd love to see administrations brought down by teddy bears.
Yeah.
I think that should be a political loophole.
Right.
Anytime you can get out of office, if bears.
Yeah, of course they're very popular at the moment, particularly Paddington Bear. He got a chat with the Queen, so one shouldn't be too rude.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that crossover though.
Yes.
With you and Paddington.
And yes, the Emperor and Paddington, now there's an idea. Come on, Kathleen Kennedy.
Same, a Jubilee Tea scenario as well, very civilised.
Absolutely.
Ian, well, just asked before, but then we went on an Ewok tangent. How is life? Are you having a good time in general? Are you keeping up with all the new Star Wars?
Yes, I am, more or less. And it's always nice to see new people and new villains. There's a Mandalorian villain wandering around these corridors, as you well know, during the last few days.
Did you just wander past each other and you gave him an approving?
Yes, we're very polite with each other. We hope we're well, in the way that we both wish fellow evil exponents.
Well, technically you were his boss.
Technically I was a boss, actually. And that was before he ran a chicken store and dealt drugs. We shouldn't go into that.
That should be one of the things in the next Star Wars. All the false covers and stuff you got through the years.
Yeah. And I don't know, of course, the other day when we did Celebration in London, some of you might have been there, and we had, you were, good. Well, you'll remember we had a villains panel. And so I was sitting next to Andy Serkis, who I tried to create 50 times, and then rejected him and ended up as Snoke. Pretty good thing to create, clone-wise. But a friend of mine was in the wings, actually. He was watching the coronation. I don't know if any of you saw it, but there's a moment when King Charles gets into a golden robe, and my friend said, "Oh my God, that's Snoke." So I disclaim all responsibility. I didn't create King Charles.
But you do have several that's in your basement of just Charles's flowing, just in case.
Exactly, yes, all chucked to one side.
We are very aware that you're only here for one day, and we are very aware that you guys are a very huge fan base. Look at your numbers, it is great. So we are going to open the floor early, if that's okay.
Very good.
So if you have a question, please put your hand up. And yeah, we got lower down here. Thomas will be moving through the crowd, and we will try and get to as many of you as possible.
I'll come to one down here while I can.
Thomas Beck's going to get one first, so yeah.
Hello. What's your favorite line from the Star Wars movies, and will you tell it in a talkative way?
Oh, really? All right. There's so many, aren't there, really? I suppose the one that surprised me most was the shortest one, and that's "Do it." You really are a terrible batch, because that's what I'm saying is, get on and murder Christopher Lee. One of the finest actors, around, and from whom I've learned a lot.
where it would be going eventually with the character of Palpatine.
Yes, fascinating thing to play, really. Of course, I didn't know after I was supposedly dead, when he threw me down that endless tunnel. I had no idea that I'd have any further involvement in the movie. But I did actually say to George, I think after he killed me, allegedly, do you think he would maybe come back in some other form, as an English public schoolboy, I said, rather wittily, because a lot of English public schoolboys lead terrible lives and end up maladjusted. So I thought that might be a good way of presenting the Emperor. But Josh, no, he's dead. So that was the end of that conversation until many years later when I met him in a hotel and when he said, do you know anyone who wants to play an Emperor? I said, well, I've done that. And he said, it's not that simple. And then we went back and you know the rest. Darth Sidious appeared. Palpatine grew in power and eventually, took over most European countries or the United States of America. No, I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong. All sorts of planets and galaxies is what I was trying to say. And it was fascinating to get to your question, knowing how you would end up to try and trace his beginning. And of course, it's the rise of a hypocritical politician. So all of these things are in the back of my mind. But also, I didn't quite know how he was going to get there, because they never really tell you anything. And you probably know on the first day of filming of The Phantom Menace, I knew that I was Palpatine eventually, I'd be the Emperor. But there was this other guy called Darth Sidious that George hadn't told me anything about. And my name was opposite Darth Sidious on the call sheet. And Lucasfilm don't make mistakes. I thought God had made one here. So I said to Rick Collins, the producer, I said, I've never seen the call sheet. They've got my name opposite Darth Sidious. And he said, and what's wrong with that? So that's when that journey began for me. That's when I began to find out how those two people might eventually, how we're being attacked, connect. So I hope that answers your question.
What an interesting time for the music to really start to flare up.
Yes.
Where's your rise to evil again?
No way of turning it down. I could go with John Williams, of course, but that's never mind.
We're doing our best.
Just on the next one.
Yes, Emperor, very nice to meet you. I'm very honored to be here. Question, which Star Wars movie did you enjoy creating the most?
Yes, that's an easy one. It was Revenge of the Sith. Because of that's when man becomes a monster, which is always fun to do. And also I had more lines in that than anything else, and some terrific scenes with him. So that's the answer. Thank you.
Amazing. And when you were doing those films, how did you know when to turn the screw from Palpatine, the politician, to the Emperor?
Yes, well, George said, look, he's just a politician. You don't need to play anything. Just play this guy. It seems to be really nice. He's looking after the Queen, he's looking after Padme, and so on. He's just one of the guys, and he's rising in power as one of the Democrats. and that's by and large how I played it. And that's by and large how he played it. Because he used democracy in order to confirm his authoritarian malignancy. And, it's quite interesting. You see that happening a lot nowadays.
Yeah, you never see that in the real world.
Not in the real world, but do we live in the real world? I'm not sure.
Yeah, we got a question this way. We're going to get to as many as we can as well.
Emperor, many have questions for you, but I have one request.
Okay.
Can you give us your evil laugh?
I promised to do this at the end of a panel I did the last time and I forgot. So the least I can do is do it at the end of this panel. And I'm sure if I forget, I'm sure you're going to remind me.
Yeah, if you forget, you all have to do it in unison as a reminder. That's the rule. I'm going to get some hands. You want to just inch this way in case the speakers go off.
Oh yes, here's trouble.
Hello, thank you for coming in Brussel. You have so many apprentices over the years. Which one is your favorite?
Well, considering I can see your Darth Maul influence, I have to say he's pretty high on the list. But of course my favorite had to be Anakin. he was the one, whose soul I was after in order to support me when I became a little frail.
Nice. Questions? Yeah, we'll get some down the front.
Remember, Latin is really honored to be here. I have one question. In Revenge of the Sith, which scene was your favorite to play? Besides the scene with local people by Anakin.
I think you may know the answer to that, or may have guessed the answer to that. It's the scene in the theatre, in the opera. For a number of reasons. I suppose the main one was that was when he finally poured poison into Anakin's poor ear, and he also knew that he got it. And it was a very exciting scene to act from that point of view. Saying to Anakin, you've got to face it. If you want power, and I know you do, you're not going to get it by being a Jedi. And so that was him knowing what he knew, and then by persuading him to join the dark side full time. And that scene was originally going to be shot in one of the enormous offices that George gave Palpatine to write the movie. It's interesting that those offices were never, they might have been slightly digitally enhanced, but they were never green screen. They were big, big offices with tables and statuary and all sorts of things. And George says, well, that's one of the ways the characters like that progress. They get bigger offices. And so that's what I want to show. And eventually the biggest office of all was going to be the scene that they eventually did in the theatre. But he said, I think we've had enough of offices. And you like theatres, so let's go to the theatre. And the great thing about that scene was I could, of course, act with, say you were Hayden there, seriously with him, and turn away and pretend to watch what I believe was a squid ballet. So I could, as the wheels were whirring in his brain, I could just look over there and pretend to be watching this fascinating piece of theatre. So that was a very clever idea of George's, and that's what gave the scene its ultimate power, I think.
Actually, I just wanted to quickly ask, because we've been asking this with the other guests, have you ever been able to keep anything from the sets?
No, I've tried to steal many things. Turned out with a swag sack,
Oh yeah, there's that famous story of you going on with a fake arm.
Yeah.
Hollowed out, yeah.
Oh, the fake. Oh, you know about the fake arm? Yes, I was supposed to be, when we've now moved forward to the last big Star Wars film. When Daisy turned out to be my granddaughter, excuse me. That was a wonderful surprise to everybody, not least me and Daisy. But I was supposed to look much worse than I did originally. They had me attached to many drips, and I had a false animatronic arm. It was controlled not by me, but by the technical department. And it would have been very nice of them. I think they would have given me that arm to take home. Think of all sorts of interesting things I might have done with that, but there was no real chance. No, the thing I really wanted was that clasp, because it's the cheapest thing that they ever bought. They didn't have anything to fasten my cloak together initially, so someone had to rush out to the store with Woolworths there, which was a very famous store for selling, lots of interesting, but primarily cheap goods. And someone went around the corner and bought this clasp. And I said, well, you can give me that, that's not worth anything. And George said, it's gonna be. So I didn't get that either. So the answer to the question is no, I've got nothing.
Wow.
Not even my contact lenses.
Yeah, we got a couple down here. I'll grab Thomas.
Hello, thank you for coming to Belgium. I wanted to ask, because you came back to this character like several times over so many years, what was it like coming back, and what was your experience like having been this character for such a long time?
Well, if you heard that, what was it like coming back to the character, so many times in so different ways? I'm afraid I found he was instantly available. I don't know what that says about me, but the minute I saw the script, the voice came out, and off we went. So it was, I suppose if you know you're going to play a character through a long period of time, he does sort of live with you, in the sort of back dock of your brain. So it's quite easy to pull him forward through the dog doors into the light. So it wasn't.
Love the idea of you living your normal life, and then every now and again you look at like an extra slice of cake and something in the back goes, do it.
That's assuming I lead a normal life.
There's another question right by me quickly, and then we'll get this one. Listen, then. No, you're next. Come on.
Hello, thank you for coming. I don't know if you will do at the end of the panel, but can you do the unlimited power?
Say again. Oh, I won't do exceptional film. I'll invite you to go to your phones and play them back if you want to listen. But I promise you will laugh at the end. The thing about unlimited power was that was the day I practically burst my larynx. We were talking about, doing voices and how it can affect your throat. And it wasn't, I think I was relatively in control of it. But we were in Australia and more dust than I've ever seen was coming towards me, driven by 4 enormous wind machines. So the hair would move and I would move and all the rest. And of course, no matter how clean the studio is, no criticism, of the studios at Fox, but dust is generated, and it usually goes straight through into your nose and down your throat. So I was kind of battling with that. And the scene we did later that day was the scene you just asked me about, the scene at the opera. So I said to George, I'm not sure what my voice is going to do. It sounds a bit husky. And he said, that's okay, he's in transition. So, moving as it were from Palpatine into the monster, so he didn't think it would be inaccurate. But I was worried it would go, and I was worried we'd have to do it all over again on Monday, but we didn't.
Thank you very much. You're amazing.
Hi. If you could say, if you could change one thing about the Emperor, what would you change and why?
His underwear. Next question.
There's one down here.
Hi, Emperor. Thank you for being here. This is the best day ever. And I would like to have a question about the relationship of Emperor Palpatine and Anakin. So do you think Emperor Palpatine sees Anakin as his predecessor, as really the chosen one and with the potential to follow his footsteps? Or does he more sees him as a means to an end and use him?
Yes, this is about whether Palpatine had been calculated for a long time to turn Anakin to the dark side. There were sort of theories, I think, rather excessive ones, about he might be related to Anakin in some way, just as it's revealed to be related to his granddaughter. But, and also, and I didn't want to speculate about this, in a sense the seed might have been planted. And when I say that, I'm talking ambiguously, there might have been a midi-chlorian or something planted in his mother's womb that gave rise to this creature. But George had never wanted to go into that, and he wanted to keep it ambiguous and strange, so that you, me even, will keep asking questions about it. Because that's one of the great things about drama, not to offer answers, but to keep piling on more questions. Keeps it more interesting, keeps you held. But I think he watched him when he was a young lad, and you saw that tiny scene, which was added later at the end of Phantom Menace, where he just passes him, gives him a smile, and says something like, we'll be seeing a lot more of you. And I think then he probably thinks this is a potential victim. He has all the right qualities. And then, of course, he gets to know him. And he gets to know his relationship with Obi-Wan, the other Jedi, and he thinks this is the guy.
Interestingly, because you talk about him, every time, the more evil you get, we've got 3 questions, just very quickly. Do you think Palpatine sees himself as evil?
It's not. People always say this about the word evil. He would say it's not a word he would use.
Yeah.
I think he sees that the most important thing in life, as far as he's concerned, and I think anyone who's got any sense, is power. Yeah, unlimited power. And once he has that, control, power is control is power, whichever way you want to look at it. Once he's got that, he can do absolutely anything. So he becomes a god, the god, if you like. And that's sort of his ultimate aim. And he doesn't think about the memes at all. It doesn't worry him. If other people want to call him evil or behave in a certain way, that's up to them. That's a great thing about playing that part throughout the movie. He's single-minded. absolutely bent on achieving power and as much of it as possible, and making sure that anyone who stands in his way suffers. That's important to revenge.
Great answer. Yeah, we've got 3 questions left, so go for it.
I'm a huge fan of you and Hayden Christensen, and I wanted to ask, are you good friends with Hayden Christensen in real life?
And are you still interested in Hayden?
Oh yeah, yes, very much so. I saw him in London recently at a celebration, and we've been in touch over the years. We're friends, we have been, since we first met on the set of Phantom Menace all those years. He's a good guy, and one of the most interesting things about the Obi-Wan series, which I think is really good, is that it's kind of restored him to his proper place in the Star Wars saga, and I think he felt that too. And didn't you think it was moving when Obi-Wan and Leia went on their journey, and Obi-Wan couldn't tell Leia that he was going to have to confront this terrible person who was her father? That gave that series a whole different kind of tension.
Amazing. We've only got time for 2 more, I'm afraid, so wherever Thomas is, we're over here, so yeah, you can find a couple. Sorry about this, guys, we're trying to get through as many as we can.
Would you like to wish the Emperor Palpatine long death to the Emperor and not long life?
Yes, well, you know, as a human being, I suppose I would. But as an actor, no, I hope he was on forever.
Amazing. We've got one last question. Tom, this is going to go to this guy. So this is our last question.
I think we can get one more because those 2 are quick.
Okay.
One after this.
Yeah, Mr. Ian, welcome to Belgium. I just want to ask, you know how actors have a beginning, how they start acting. So who is your biggest inspiration in getting to acting? And what advice would you give to aspiring actors?
I'm afraid I've already said that, and the answer is do it. and there's nothing, if you want to be an actor, nothing will stop you, because it's in your blood. You just have to be, you know, you'll do everything you can to act. That's true of all artists, I think.
Might be the mic out there.
It's true, you know, if they've got it within them, they'll do it. Doesn't mean they'll be successful, but they won't think about that. They'll just think, I've got to do it, and seek the best way. And what was the other part of your question?
Who inspired you?
Oh yeah. Well, I mentioned him already. Christopher Lee, the best Dracula ever. You know, his approach to, because I didn't know him then, I got to know him later, obviously when we were working on the film. His approach to Dracula was not to play this evil monster, you know, who sucked blood and did terrible things to women, but to play someone who was in pain, who was actually suffering, and who knew that he had to die at the end of every day. And these are great things for actors to play, you know, they can really throb within you. So you're not playing a kind of cliche evil, you're playing somebody with a life.
Great answer. Yeah, we do have, this has to be the last one though. I think Thomas has gone in. Come on, this question, we've just got time yet, go for it.
Hello. What do you think the Emperor does in his downtime, aside from sitting menacingly on his throne?
Yeah, it's an interesting one, man. I think he watches Disney Plus religiously. Not so keen on Netflix, I don't know. Then he downloads stuff from the BBC iPlayer, which I feel I have. But yeah, he's a lonely man. He's in his room watching television. He's not doing any of that. He's just plotting his next move. That's the only thing that turns him on.
Ian, Disney just called. They said, well done, you've got another film. Don't worry.
Oh, right, thank you very much. We're revealing it today. Well, I suppose that I'll be drawing to an end.
Yeah.
That question and my feelings about it has just led me to be in a position to laugh. So here we go.
finally know what a Trump rally is like.